Well, hey, Gundam Maniacs, welcome to another episode of Gundam Explained. In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at the manga for Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack, Beltor Chica's Children. This is something I've always heard of being into Gundam, that there's like this manga that kind of dives more into what happens during Char's Counterattack. And we get a better look at Beltor Chica, a character that we've rarely even seen in animation. Yeah, for the character Beltor Chica Irma, in Char's Counterattack, Chanagi kind of takes the place of that, like, you know, Amuro's girlfriend, etc. But she also shows up in episode 15 of Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam, Cat Sortie. And let's see, Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam New Translation, Heir to the Stars, post-credits cameo, according to the wiki. And then a new translation 2 and 3, which that's pretty cool because it's like a character you don't see too much, so like, who is she? So right now you can get this on Amazon. It's the first volume or whatever. You know, I'm not a manga guy. I really just started with Gundam. So, you know, one of the jarring things is, you know, reading it this way, you know, that's kind of weird, but it's really not. That's just me. But what's cool is if you were to read it the typical way, what's interesting, or should I say the Western way, it does give a lot of information here, even that this was produced in 2023, based off of 2014 version. That's what unless that was just the republication maybe, and then they translated it. But yeah, we're seeing original work. Hajime Yatate and Yoshiyuki Tomino. Mobile suit design, Yutaka Izubuchi. That's not a name I've heard too much. It'll be interesting later in another video kind of dive into his designs. I'm saying his, but could be a she. I don't know Japanese names. All right, so a very interesting interview actually near the back or the front, depending on what region you read in. But the motif novel at its best. This is like an essay, apparently. So, Beltor Chica's Children has been brought to the manga page by Yuraki Sabisi and Takayuki Yanase. But how should this, the source novel for Char's Counterattack, be regarded? In this essay, Yuka Minakawa, an anime writer who has worked on a fair number of Gundam projects, provides some key analysis on the subject. So this is something interesting. It's just extra information. Not only do you get the story, Beltor Chica's Children, but you also get some other interesting information about, you know, the Gundam universe as these creators are making Gundam stuff. And here, you know, this might be based off the novel because we're seeing something here. Mobile Suit Gundam, Char's Counterattack, Beltor Chica's Children. Author, Yoshiyuki Tomino. And then Kodakawa's Sneaker Bunko, don't know what that means, but it says 1988. A novel using the motifs of an early version of the story of Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack. They used this novel as a base when creating the manga. So the manga is based off the original novel, which then the movie that came out takes some parts from it. This kind of goes back to what main complaints are for certain Gundam series. It's like, a movie's too short. It needs to be a series. We say that with F91. I think we could say that's the same with Char's Counterattack. Now, this is cool. This is the kind of stuff I like right here. Mobile Suit Gundam Char's Counterattack, Beltor Chica's Children. Map for the battle at 5th Luna. So, a couple things to keep in mind. So we have Sweetwater, a colony built to house refugees from previous wars. Its remote location in relation to Side 5 led it to being forgotten up until Char stationed his fleet there. Serves as Neo Zeon's HQ. And then we can see where it's showing Char's fleet right here. And it's even saying start of part 1. And then side 2, a colony cluster that has suffered greatly at the hands of forces from both the Earth and space, gassed by Zeon forces during the 1-year war, then gassed again and struck by the colony laser during the Grips War, leading to tremendous loss of life. Slow to respond to Federation requests to help during the fight at 5th Luna. You know, it's kind of interesting, you know, as we get into some of the UC Gundam and how some colonies are just forgotten, depending on where they are in space, how long it may take to respond or send supplies. When we get to Double Zeta, we see like Judo, his parents are even on another colony just trying to make money. It's very interesting. Not only do we see, you know, Judo and his friends kind of, you know, scavenging the scrapyards, we also kind of see that in Char's Counterattack at the beginning when it comes to Quest Pariah, you know, with her and her friends just kind of running around in the streets. It was very interesting to see. It's like a glimmer of the poverty that does exist during that time frame, but we don't see too much of it. And I think Hathaway kind of explores that a little more. All right, and then Fight at Fifth Luna. I guess this is saying this is during parts 2 and 3. Fifth Luna, a resource satellite used for colony construction. Though abandoned in lunar orbit, its nuclear engines attracted Char's interest. And then here showing Earth. Tibet, the center of the Earth Federation government, was located in Lhasa. That's what we see at the beginning of Char's counterattack when he's first dropping that asteroid. And, you know, I like that they have this here because a side refers to a cluster of space colonies. When I first got into Gundam, I thought a side was a colony, and they were just this one colony here, this one colony there, but these sides have multiple space colonies in them. Interesting, this side 4 debris sector. It'd be interesting to look more into that because debris is actually something that has been thought about when it comes to colonizing space. Right now, that's something that is being tracked by NASA and possibly other organizations where there's debris fields in space and how they orbit around Earth. Okay, and then we see the moon here. And Anaheim Electronics built MS for Neo Zeon at its Granada factory on the far side of the moon. Isn't that crazy? Anaheim Electronics built MS for Neo Zeon. But then over at its Von Braun factory, Anaheim builds MS for the Federation forces, including the new Gundam Beltorchica came to pick up. So Beltorchica gets the new Gundam in this story. Well, picks it up to take to Amuro. Couldn't some group just like nuke the moon or drop colonies on the moon to stop mobile suit construction? That's pretty interesting. And then over here, side 1, we have the Londinian colony, HQ for Londo Bell Fleet. Amuro and Beltorchica have an apartment here. This is also the destination of the Adenar family. So very interesting to consider how far away, and when it comes to Lagrange points, we have, you know, the Neo Zeon HQ and the HQ for the Londo Bell Fleet. And in the middle, we have Earth, and kind of in the middle too, if you think about it, we have the moon where they're building the mobile suits. So very cool to get this sort of reference material from this manga. Ooh, wowzers. And then, yeah, another little, like, story that's pretty neat. Okay, so we're getting into the meat. This is some cool stuff here. If you're a fan of MS Design, check out what's going on here. They're showing the MS Design files. It does say movie edition. I wonder if the point of that is just to make it where it's more of the movie designs are kind of taking more precedence of what is like the main canon of mobile suits. I don't know, I'm just saying stuff. But here we got the Gyrodoga showing, different sides of the helmet. Even look at the weapons, which that's really cool, actually. And this is really neat reference, especially for those that like to draw mobile suits or maybe practice drawing mobile suits. This line art is very nice to see, especially the details. Like, let's see if I can show this off. Like the face detail inside the helmet, and then like the hooks on the bottom of the feet. That's just cool little technology lore there. Check this out, the Rigazi, Amuro's main suit at the beginning. Just very cool to see it in use. It's transforming mode. And then the dummies that it has. All right, we get a look at the Psycho Doga. Here we go, and then Takayuki Yanase's commentary based on the illustration in New Type magazine with additional design elements and adjustments to its back, drawing inspiration from the Gyrodoga and Yak Doga. Well, we got the Nightingale here. That's a cool one. And, that's it. But if we were to turn it around then and read it traditionally, I like that it has these sleeves here. And, okay, this is really cool because it looks like it comes in these different parts. And as we saw on that map, it was actually saying what parts take place. So as you are reading the story, and what parts you are and where battles are, you can reference the map to kind of get an idea of where they are in the Earth sphere when that's taking place. That's my kind of thing. The beginning is colored, which is nice, but the rest is black and white, which I'm not going to complain. Oh, okay. Now this is badass right here. Look at that. Even I love how we're seeing his fleet roll out, and he's like giving a speech, and you can see like the Nightingale is at the front of the ship. That is an awesome concept. Anyway, that's a quick look at Char's counterattack. Just wanted to make people aware of this. You can get it on Amazon right now. But this seems like it's going to be awesome to get into because I kind of see, Char's counterattack, the movie, as sort of a letdown. It's cool to watch, luckily, because it's quick and has some cool drawings, although I'm not too fond of the animation and the story just kind of flies by. But to be able to get more deeper into the story with the manga, available in English, that's really awesome. And this is just the first, the first volume. There's going to be more. I think the next one comes out sometime a few months later, and I think that's just how they're releasing them. But anyway, have you already checked out Belter Chica's Children, and did you like it? Leave some information below about it, because I'm curious. I'm really excited to get into it. I might even do a deeper dive video once I've gotten the lore and I've kind of soaked in the story that's going on here. Maybe talk about that a little more, because that stuff's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk later.